Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. How about you?
Good, good. Happy to catch up.
Yeah. Do you want to do introductions?
Yeah, sure. My name is Steffi, and
This is Selen.
yes.
Okay, so I'm connecting from Belgium and Steffi's from London.
Mhm.
And there's a mosquito in my room, so don't mind me.
So Sarah and I met in Turkey a while back, and now we live in separate places. But that's a story for another
Unfortunately.
time. We miss each other a lot, and
And we decided to record our catch-up sessions.
yeah, yeah. Because I'm sure like you've had that too, where you get off the phone with a really good friend after like 2 hours, and you think, "Damn, we should have recorded that." And
Exactly. So
we
we're
got sick
doing it
of
now.
saying that, so we're actually doing it.
Also, we're both a little bit tipsy.
Getting
So
there,
let's cheers
getting
to
there.
that.
Cheers! Oh my God, you're
Cheers.
having Stella too. How
Wait,
original.
why are you having Stella? I'm living in Belgium.
This was on sale at the co-op, so
Really? Do you
yeah,
like it?
it's fine. It's okay. It's not like the best. I'm so sorry if it's like your favorite
No,
beer.
it really isn't. No, it's like a random beer, yeah.
Mm.
Stella is supposed to be, this is like from Leuven, which is where I live. Like the factory for Stella
Oh,
is here.
okay. Well, as
Yup.
a half Dutch person, I
People
think.
think it's like the best here for some reason. It really isn't, but it's good beer.
Which one's the best? No, it's not.
It really isn't,
It's
no.
really not. Like,
I've had better. It's okay though.
yeah.
I'm done with it, by the way.
Well, do you want to get another one? Because mine's still like quite.
Well, I mean, give me a second.
Yes, we shall wait.
Just wait for me.
Sure. I can also cut it out if you want.
No, it's fine.
Oh, oh, this is all right. I mean, I'm used to talking to myself a lot these days, so I'll just
Wow.
keep doing that.
Oh, I should have recorded that. I just opened my beer with a spoon.
How did you do that?
I gained a new skill in quarantine, and that's opening beers with a spoon. You just like grab the neck of it, and then you go like this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite
The
impressive.
things you learn in quarantine. I wish I were as productive.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's as far as I've gotten, but sure. Okay, so today
Well,
we are going to be talking about what guilty pleasures in quarantine.
yes, guilty pleasures in quarantine is the topic of today. I was gonna say, like, don't you feel like at the beginning of quarantine, everybody was all on this huge productivity bandwagon? Like, yeah, we have so much time.
I feel like some
So
people
much.
succeeded in that, and some people were like, I
I
guess it's not
know.
for me.
I don't think they did.
I failed miserably.
I mean, so did I. I mean, I haven't been completely unproductive, but I feel like I've just been a regular amount of productive. Well, there was this quote, but I can't remember it now, so I just put my foot in my mouth. But there was this quote about like the crazy people are the best people. I'm doing terrible at this quote.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone thinks that they're crazy, and it's usually not the case
No.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just everyone's the same in secret, but it's just like unfortunate that we don't get to relate
Yeah.
in that sense.
I think the
Well, we
quote
get to relate in that sense, but people usually
definitely
don't like
like
to talk
I'm
about it. Yeah,
so glad we met because
yeah.
you get me. I don't
I
know.
mean,
We might put
same,
this up on the internet. People will be like, "You guys are the
same,
weirdest
same,
people I've ever
same.
met." By the way, what's your new beer?
Oh, okay. So, oh, fucking hell. I don't even know how to say it. Adrian Brower.
It's
It's like
cool.
this dude on the bottle, and it's a triple, and
Okay.
it's a regular triple. It's okay. Not too bad.
That is one of the most pro things I've ever heard. It's a regular triple, like no big deal.
It's
I
a
don't know what
regular
that
triple.
means.
I've been in Belgium for a while now. It's been a few months here.
I also
I've
just
taken one beer tasting class.
have you actually?
I have.
Can I do that like next time I visit you? Because I would
Well,
really.
I can just teach it to you like in
Okay.
2 seconds. They usually just like smell it and then like shake it around like it's wine, and then they go like, "What do you taste?"
Beer.
And 90% of the time, it's citrus. It's
Yeah.
always freaking citrus.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one has, sometimes it has like a bloody taste, and if anyone has that feeling where it's like they're having beer and it tastes bloody, let me know, because I have that all the freaking time and no one understands me. It's apparently iron. Like some beers have iron in their water. That's why it tastes like blood.
Okay.
This tastes a little bit like blood.
Delicious.
I mean,
I love that.
it's more of like an aftertaste thing, but like I notice it.
Who doesn't love an aftertaste of blood? Delicious. By the way, I love just
Mm.
casually changing the topic there. I love how your scrunchie matches your lipstick.
Oh, thank
Very
you.
suave. Super
That
suave.
was I can pretend that it's not intentional, but it is.
Okay. I love the transparency.
I mean,
You
you
drank
gotta.
this. By the way, do you pick at your like things as well, or is it just me?
I just got this beer and I'm like starting here.
Okay, yeah. It's what I do. Let me know if that's
There
me.
was this one dude at a bar once. He came up to me and was like, "Do you know that that's a sign of sexual frustration, right?" And I was like,
That is the
"If
worst
that's a pickup
line
line,
I've
it's
ever heard.
really bad."
That is awful.
Yeah.
That is so bad. That is.
I was like, does that work
What did
for
you
you
say?
ever? Especially in freaking Turkey. Like, who would
This was
respond
in
to that?
Turkey?
It was in Turkey.
Well, you must. Yeah.
Well, I guess we should clarify. We're both. Well, she's half Turkish and I'm full Turkish.
Yeah. And
I'm like, I'm pure blood Turkish. Like,
pure blood. I'm a mud blood.
yeah,
That's what I
I'm
am.
100% Turkish and she's not.
Yeah. So I'm half Turkish, half.
That's
Dutch.
why she's cooler. But ignore that fact.
No.
It's okay. I've learned to live with it.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me, Sedan, tell me about a guilty pleasure that you've been indulging in
Okay.
quarantine.
We're getting
I
into it
want
right now, right away. I thought we were going to do more small talk.
Yeah.
This is so hard for me. Okay, so first of all, I don't know how people get stuff. I mean, I can't get anything done in quarantine. I don't know if that's like different for you or the same. And it's my exam period and I should probably be studying and I'm not studying. It's just really hard for me to concentrate these days for some reason. So instead, I've been just reading fan fiction all the time.
Fan fiction? What kind of fan fiction?
All kinds. Well, it's just I never like got into it before, but like this is the first time I'm actually like going into that rabbit hole.
Okay.
People are really good writers.
They are.
Like there are really good stories, and I'm like blown away by how like well written they are.
Yeah.
Like they should get paid for that. I'm like surprised that I can get it for free.
I mean, didn't just a side note, but didn't 50 Shades of Grey start out as a fan fiction? Wasn't it a Twilight fan fiction?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying she's a good writer, but she started out as fan fiction and look where it is now. But yeah, so go into more detail. Please do.
Well, you know that okay, I guess we're gonna have to get into it at some freaking point. I'm a little bit of a nerd.
No, you're not.
Not your regular kind though. You're more of the regular kind of nerd.
Yeah, I'm more like the cliche nerd.
I'm a nerd of a few TV shows where it's like I fall in love with the characters and I'm like obsessed with them. And one of them will be, do you want to say it or should I?
You say it.
Do you want to say it with me?
3.
It's Law and Order SVU.
Well, I was a little late.
Yes. Yeah, oh, it's okay. I mean, that's fine.
I mean, nothing to be ashamed of, by the way. It's quite
normal. Obviously not. No, it's just like, it's what I'm, no, it's more of like, I'm so obsessed with it that it's ridiculous kind of thing.
Well, you're going to have to fill me in because I have never watched Law and Order.
I don't want to. And I, as a 13-year-old back in the day, was freaking obsessed with Elite Stabler and Olivia Benson. And I thought they were like my TV mom and dad. Aww. And everyone in my school freaking knew about them because I watched it and like told them about it. So like when he left, I basically stopped watching and like up on it. And then like recently I had picked it up and I was like watching the new seasons and stuff. And obviously it's like still good, but this is like the beginning of quarantine. I decided to just like go back and watch all of the seasons. And then I was like watching like obviously the Ellie Stabler episodes, like the first 12 seasons. And when I was doing and then I like did that for like an entire day. And then I was feeling so nostalgic and like so emotional that I was like, oh, I wonder what he's doing. and I Google his name, and he's fucking coming back as Elite Stabler. So like that's like what got me into like this rabbit hole of like reading a lot of fan fiction about them.
Oh, so when did he come back exactly?
I have no idea. I don't think anyone knows.
Okay. That's so cool.
But yeah, it's insane. So like I like made a Reddit for myself. I had never had a Reddit before because I'm like extremely embarrassed of like I cannot type comments online. But I made a Reddit because I was like, I need to talk to people about this, and no one in my life watches the show. Where'd you go?
I don't know. Oh. I don't know what happened. Sorry, keep going.
It's fine. So yeah, that was like what I was doing. And so like I made a Reddit, and now like I have like a bunch of online friends.
The best kind of friends.
And I'm like reading fan fiction all the time. I'm like,
at least you're reading and not doing anything like more detrimental.
At least I'm reading.
Yeah. But what kind of fan fiction is it? Is it like
oh, it's always like a love story between Elite Stabler and Olivia Benson, which is like explicit? I'm so surprised that people don't like that idea. Like half the people who watch the show and like are fans don't like that idea. And I'm like completely baffled by that because I thought that was like the whole idea. Like it was like such a big part of the show, the first 12 seasons. So I guess like things have changed.
You mean the romance between your TV mom and TV dad, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Those people are just prudes. Prudes.
No, they just like ship them. Like, they ship them with like different people. So they like want them.
I see. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. So that's like what I've been doing in this like my embarrassing guilty pleasure in quarantine. What about you?
I've been doing a lot of stuff that I kind of normally do, but in extreme. Do you know what I mean? I've just pushed everything to the extreme. Like what you said about...
Are you just staying up the entire night?
Yeah. Like actually, I'm up until I hate myself for being up. You know what I mean? Like when it's like 6 a.m. and it's bright, like super sunny outside. I'm like,
that feeling you get when the sun actually like starts to like come up.
Yeah, when it starts, I'm like,
worst thing in the world. It's like such an awful feeling.
It's terrible. And then the worst is when you get to bed and it's like 5:30 and the birds, you can hear the birds.
Birds start singing, like there's cars on the road and it's like...
Yeah, but no, what you were saying about, by the way, TV mom and TV dad, my TV mom and TV dad are the Coens from the OC. Like, they're the fucking best. I don't know if
that's kind of cute. I feel like that's normal. Mine is like a little bit...
She's an alcoholic, so it's not that normal, but... I don't know who would want to...
Do you relate them to your real mom?
No, I really don't. No. I just think I love Sandy Cohen so much.
Okay.
Like, the character.
That
and
makes sense.
Great too, I forgot his name now. But, like, when I was young, I was like, oh, that is such a, like, he's such a nice guy. But he was too old for me to, like, have a crush on. So I was like, oh, he's such a cool...
But wouldn't you have, like, crushes on older people? Because I would.
Yeah, but, like... Actually, no. I don't think I did. I mean...
You don't? Yeah, you weren't like that?
No, I liked older
people. I would have totally made you for a person who was...
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah, I would definitely think that.
Also because my parents have a 20-year age gap between them.
Exactly.
I really don't. I think it's come later as I've aged. I think when I was a teenager, I was into like people in their early 20s.
Okay.
My first boyfriend was older than me. Like I was not first boyfriend, but like first serious relation. Not even ship, just like relationship. Yeah, just like the person that he was older. I was like 15, he was like 18, but that's nothing. Like back then it felt like a lot, but no, anyway, I was into like people that were in their early 20s. But now I feel like the older I get, the more I think 45, like no problem. Just for reference, I'm 20.
That's a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, my boyfriend is 6 years older than I am, so.
He is, yeah. But he doesn't behave it, so.
Correct.
I remember the first time I was told.
He has a young soul.
Yeah, very young soul. I think when I first learned your boyfriend's age, I like didn't believe it. I was like, no. And at that time, everybody would like fuck with me and like tell me.
Oh yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Every time somebody told me something, like, no, you're lying. Like, no, it's not true. What's that noise? Why am I going like a horse? I'm sorry, but I just thought that it wasn't true, and I was like, no, you're messing with me. And it took me a while to like believe it publicly. But yeah, it was also very easy to make fun of me at the time because my Turkish wasn't as good as it is now.
Oh, I remember. It was so cute.
It was very formal Turkish. Like I always spoke it with my family, like my grandmother.
And like whenever someone said something, you would like try to imitate them and then like end up saying it a little bit wrong. And it was the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, that's how I learned. So for example, I think the first time I met your boyfriend, one of the first times was when I made a severe mistake in the word I used. So it was when, you know what I'm talking about, right? So it was a big group of people, like I would say 15 people, and I didn't know any of them. And we were talking about like Diet Coke for some reason, or like diet soda beverages. And I had a Diet Coke, and we were talking about what was
On
healthy
brand for me,
wasn't.
but
I drink so much Coke. I think we're like twins in that.
yeah,
But
that's
then,
true.
so I pick up my Coke, and I'm like, yeah, well, this one is unhealthy because of all the preservatives that are in the Coke. And in English, like preservatives is preservatives. They're like extra katkımmadde, which is like extra added.
Added, yeah.
And but I say this in Turkish, so I go prezervatif.
That's a condom in Turkish.
Which means condoms in Turkish. So basically, I was saying, yeah, but Diet Coke is bad for you because of all the condoms in Diet Coke. And at the time, nobody said anything. They were just like,
they didn't?
No, nobody corrected me.
Oh, I thought they like made fun of you for like days.
No, nobody corrected me. Your boyfriend came up to me afterwards and was like, you know what that means? Like, that's not what you think it means. So yeah, stuff like that.
That's so funny.
Anyway, yeah, so age differences. Yeah, like I did not have crushes on older men, basically.
Yeah.
But as a young person.
Yeah. I have so many bugs in my room. It's getting annoying.
Why do you have so many bugs in your room?
I don't know. They just like come in all the time. I should kick them out before I go to sleep tonight.
Are there a lot of mosquitoes in Belgium?
I don't know if there's a lot of mosquitoes in Belgium, but I have them every night, so I would assume so.
Like the random little bugs or mosquitoes in general?
Mosquitoes, and then like the regular fly.
Yeah, the summer fly, the spring fly.
I don't know what they're called.
They're the little flies that you know what I mean. Yeah. The guilty pleasures. I have never watched reality TV before in my life. Like I was never into Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Like, no, never. Like I never watched reality TV except for Survivor. Like I loved Survivor from a young age. Sorry, so I take that back. But Survivor is different because it's like it's a competition. But I mean, like I have a vague memory of Big Brother when it was around, but I was never old enough to really watch it at that time. Like
You never watched The Bachelor?
No.
I watched The Bachelor, and I grew up in Turkey.
Why?
I had like basically like the first seasons like on a loop, and I would watch it all the time.
I never knew that.
I have no idea why.
Like The Bachelor?
I don't know if I liked it. I just like didn't.
Okay.
I was really young when it was like first on, so I would just like watch it with my mom, which is like, why would you allow me to do that?
How long has The Bachelor been on?
I have no idea.
Interesting. Huh. Well, I loved Survivor, but that was different, I feel, right? Because it's a competition.
I stopped watching reality TV a while ago.
What I wanted to say was, like, I've never been someone that's into reality TV, but now I'm watching, maybe it's because we're all trapped in isolation. Oh my God, maybe that is why. I'm just having a psychological realization about myself. But I'm watching these people live their lives, and it's just so interesting to me all of a sudden. Whereas in the past, I thought reality TV is so boring. Like, you're just literally watching someone do nothing. So basically, I've started watching Terrace House, which is a Japanese reality show where 3 guys and 3 girls live in a house, and there's no script, and they can do whatever they want. But it's expected that they kind of couple up.
Okay, yeah.
And they get given this like really nice cars, like a really fancy house somewhere in the world. The one that I'm watching now is the Tokyo 2019-2021. It's on Netflix. And yeah, it's interesting. It's just interesting because I really like seeing what people do as careers and as in their lives and like how they behave. And also, obviously, there's the cultural differences between Japanese people and Western people.
Yeah, that's true. What is it called again?
Terrace House. I thought it was a weird
okay. Terrace House. Okay.
Found out, but yeah, and they have
Is it terrace as in like balcony?
Like yeah, like balcony.
Terrace. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's almost like. Have you seen 30 Rock before?
I know. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, there's this one thing where it was like an ongoing joke where like rural juror. Rural as in like countryside. Rural.
Oh.
And then juror is like a jury. Juror, like a person in a jury.
Rural.
That's like almost like that, whereas like you don't understand it when someone says it. It's like,
yeah, because it's not here.
It sounds like terrace house, like a person named Tara has a house, and that's.
Oh, that would make more sense.
But it's just like a balcony house.
Actually, I've never questioned the title of that show.
Really?
It must mean something in Japanese, because originally it was just a regular Japanese show before.
Oh, okay, then
Right?
yeah, probably then.
It
Then
must
it was probably like a translation thing.
terrace house. Like it might be a type of house, like a terraced house. Like it might be a fancy house.
Did you just say terrorist house?
No, I did not say terraced house.
Oh, thank God you didn't.
I mean, I'm not gonna go into dark humor in the first time we do this. That can be for next time.
Hold out,
I was
okay?
gonna say a really bad joke, but no, it's not the time. Next time.
You can tell me later.
Yeah, offline.
So what have you been doing?
I've been watching that. I've been binging YouTube, which is honestly like, remember when we used to think that binging TV shows was a waste of time? Well, once you get addicted to YouTube, you know.
That like went away really quickly. We were like, I can't believe we're like watching so many TV shows, and then we're like, oh yeah, like let's just talk about TV shows all the freaking time.
Yeah. But oh my God, I don't know, like, do you have a YouTube addiction, or do you watch YouTube?
Oh my God, so much YouTube.
But how much is so much? Because I feel like
a lot of it.
Like,
well, I mean, I used to watch a lot more when I was like back in Turkey and I was like studying. I would watch YouTube like the entire day because I liked that it was short.
Yeah, it's short, but then you watch it over and over. Like you watch one.
And then like I would like to think that I was like friends with the creators, which is such a stupid thing to do.
No,
and I was doing it all the time. And you know what's funny? Like people like I wouldn't be able to comment. Like I would like want to comment things and I couldn't because I was just like too freaking shy.
I know what you mean.
So I would just like sit around watching them and be like, hey, we're friends. Like this girl from Seattle is cool.
But that's not okay. So yes, I've been binging YouTube. Long story short, about.
I feel like yours isn't even that embarrassing.
Yeah, but it's like 10 hours a day. It's bad. And then here's the thing. It's not just the act of watching YouTube in itself. It's just the whole lifestyle that surrounds that. Like I've just become a version of myself that I haven't been since I was a teenager.
Since you were a teenager. Exactly. That's what I'm doing. I'm like a teenager again.
But that's what I've read. A lot of people going back to that state of themselves, mostly because people our age.
That's like a common thing.
Yeah, because I've read that people that don't live like with a partner or aren't like students or aren't like in their hometown, they're going back to their family's houses. And because you go back to your family's house, you have nothing to do. You kind of go back to the way you were when you were a teenager, when you had quote unquote nothing to do after school.
We should probably say like in Turkey, it's very common to live with your parents until you're 27. So that's why like a lot of people are like going to their parents' houses. And
even my non-Turkish friends are going back to their parents. I feel like at this stage they've all like, because I'm 27, Saran, you as well for the time being.
For like the next 10 days.
I think a lot of my friends in the US and in Europe, they have done their bachelor's, they've done their master's, they have lived on their own, they paid rent in like a city like London or Amsterdam or New York or LA, and now they're kind of realizing this is a huge fucking waste of money. Like I might as well just go back home and not pay rent. So I think that's it. And also with cities like London and New York, I've heard one of my friends in New York, she said, well, I'm living in like a toothpick box basically, and who knows how long this quarantine is going to be, so I might as well just head home. I didn't think it was going to be 10 weeks or more like we're approaching now. So I think people just, even if they're not Turkish, I think a lot of people are living at home now. I think
the only reason I mentioned it was because I met this girl online the other day on Reddit, and then she was like complaining that she was living with her parents at 26, and I was like, don't worry about it. I'm 27. I still live with my parents back at home.
Well, I would like to say there's a difference between living with your parents in general and then living with your parents during the pandemic.
I mean, I guess that's
a lot of people. All my friends in London have moved back to the countryside to like where their family houses are, just because there's more space. Is kind of what I was.
By the way, do you wish would you want to live in the countryside or no?
No.
No?
Well, no, it depends.
Not at all?
No. I mean, I'm going to ask you in a sec because I'm really curious. I actually don't know the answer, although maybe I do. If you're like me, I think I know the answer. But I hate suburbs. I grew up in a suburb of Amsterdam, but it wasn't very suburban. It was very city. Like I was 10 minutes away from the center of Amsterdam.
Is it the house that I've been to or no?
Yeah. Okay. So it would be like technically a suburb, but it's not like your American suburb or your British suburb. It was very much literally 10 minutes door to door to the center of the city of Amsterdam. So I was still quite city based. And then I lived in LA.
Yeah, I remember your dad driving us to the city. So it was like quite.
Yeah, it was literally 10 minutes to the city. And then I lived in Istanbul, which is very city. Now London, very city. However, I love rural. It's a hard word, especially after
rural. It really is. And we're like
Yeah.
saying it so often, and I haven't said it in my life for the next 5 years probably.
I love being in the middle of nowhere, like my summer house. You know, my summer house, like it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
It's really nice. Yeah.
Like it's a 30-minute drive to like civilization. And by civilization, I mean like a summer location.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to live in the countryside. Long story short, I think I would just die. Like, especially as a creative, like ambitious person, like I would just rot.
Yeah.
Very dramatic. But how about you?
I go back and forth, and I have these like ways where I'm like, I actually would like to do that and like get away from everything and like, you know, have like a little house and like, you know, live off the land and like spend little money and like, you know, just like be happy with little things and stuff. And then I have phases where I'm like, I like want to go out every night and like want to be like around people all the time, and I like want to be in crowded spaces. So it's like a back and forth all the time. But to be fair, I live in the countryside in Turkey. Like I live quite far away from the city.
I wouldn't consider that countryside. You mean on the other side of the third bridge, right?
It's considered a village, so it's like.
So what I was gonna say was what you described sounds perfectly like where you lived in Turkey, because
yeah, exactly, yeah,
you can be away from it all,
yeah,
but still drive to the center of things, and that's
exactly, yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I love Istanbul so much. I mean, we can do a whole other like conversation.
Oh, we should. That'd be a really cool idea to like introduce Istanbul to people. Yeah, that's a really cool.
Especially since moving to London, I found a lot of people are very interested in Istanbul and like what it's like there, like what it's like to live there. I mean, to be fair, I moved away 5 years ago now, 5 years ago. Jesus.
Has it been 5 freaking years?
Oh, yeah, 2015. Well, to be fair, it was September, but like still almost 5 years ago.
That's crazy.
And it's definitely changed a lot since then. So you'd have
to noting it down.
Did you write it down as like one of our? Okay, good. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I definitely need to have my space, which I don't have here in the center of London. We live in Zone 1. But where you live now, it's not very metropolitan, is it?
It's a very quiet city.
Okay.
It's like it's between a town and a city. It's very small. Okay. If you were to compare it to like Istanbul or like Turkish cities and stuff, it wouldn't be a city. It's very small. Yeah, but there's like nightlife, and there's like there are a lot of students here, so it's like, you know, it's okay. I do like it here.
Cool. Would you consider living there forever?
No.
Okay. This again can be a topic for another time.
But I feel like, would you consider living anywhere forever?
No. That's what I mean by.
Would you be like, oh, I'll just like live here forever? No, there's no way.
Sorry. Are we allowed to?
Like, even if that happened, I wouldn't like plan on it happening. I wouldn't be like, this is like where I choose to live forever.
I always knew though that I would never be the one to live in one place forever. I mean,
I thought that too, but I feel like if like that happens, like that could very easily happen if I like end up being in a family, like, and then getting married and like settling down and like buying a house. I could see that happening if it was like the direction, the life. I mean, if it's the direction that I like end up going in, then it's like fine. Mm-hmm. But I would never be like, oh yeah, this is like where I choose to like settle down and like put my roots and stuff. Like I would never.
I see what you mean.
Choose it.
It wouldn't be an intentional thing. It would just.
It wouldn't be intentional.
That's what happened. Yeah. That would. See, I agree with you to some extent, but I just feel like I would self-destruct if I felt like something was imminent. Not that I'm.
I know what you mean. It's like more of like a commitment thing. It's like.
And not even that. Like I'm not a commitment phobe at all. I just feel like
I am.
Okay.
I am a little bit. Yeah, I am a little bit of a commitment phobe.
You are, but I feel like what you said is natural. That like if it naturally happens that you would settle in a place, like that would become home base for the foreseeable future.
Exactly. Yeah.
So something that I've been doing, which I don't know if you guys have that there, but when you buy, we have this online shopping thing called ASOS.
Oh, of course we do. Yeah. I think they ship
everywhere.
Okay. Like I used to buy stuff off there when I was in Turkey. So.
Oh, wonderful! And we have like next day delivery, like premier delivery.
Oh, okay.
For 1 year, and they actually deliver it the next day. Like if I order something, like not now, it's a bit late now, but before like a certain time, it'll be in my room like the next day. And due to well, thanks to Klarna, which is like a pay later thing. I don't know if you guys have it there, but it's like a kind of like a system where you don't have to pay for something straight away. You pay for it like after a month.
Okay.
I've just been buying and buying and buying and buying. And just trying things on in my house, just like playing dress up. I'm like, oh, this is cute. This is cute. And
Do you take pictures and stuff?
I don't take pictures. See that because I never share them. Well, I take I mean, I do actually, but I only take them to like send to you or my mom. Like, hey, like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't like take like outfit photos or anything. I don't pretend that they're mine, if that makes any sense. I just like.
Got it.
I window shop, but literally shop. That makes sense because we can't go window shopping during quarantine.
Yes, that's true.
So yeah, I think I looked at my like Klarna account and it was like over £1,000 or something. And I'm not buying any of these clothes. Like I'm sending them all back. If anything, I'm buying maybe 50 to 100 pounds worth. Like that's like, I don't know, like 7 summer outfits or something.
Yeah.
Because it's become like a bit of a game for me to get the best deal and the best discount and everything. It's really sick.
Yeah.
I'm like so embarrassed talking about it.
Well, to be fair, you are an actor and you do go to events and stuff. So.
I am an actor, but what events do I go to? I was going to Con, and Con got canceled. So
I mean,
I have this fucking ball gown.
If it wasn't canceled, you still like have events to go to.
That is true, but we're forgetting the fact that I already have like hundreds of gorgeous event dresses just from like high school and college that I never wore, just waiting to be worn. But yes, you're right. Like I buy things as investments for my acting career.
Like, or like for like pictures and stuff as well.
Yeah, for photo shoots and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just hard to justify as someone without a solid income right now, but I do that. And the most embarrassing part, and you have to share your most embarrassing thing after this, because
oh my god, I know what I'm gonna share.
Before, like we have to share most embarrassing thing. I've like started putting together outfits for hypothetical scenarios where I can role play to be something that I'm not.
I'm doing the exact same thing.
No, you're not. Like what?
I'm like legit role playing like scenarios or like dream encounters in my head and like
what? Give me
role playing them in the mirror, which is so embarrassing. Like who does that?
Are you like actually talking to the mirror?
Yeah.
Like what do you say? Show me.
No, I can't show it to you. It's personal.
How personal is it?
No, I'm kidding. It's really not. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
It's just like when I, for example, like read a fan fiction scene where I like really like it, I like read it out loud and like in like character and stuff.
That's okay.
Is it?
Well, it depends what kind of fan fiction.
No, it's not like dirty smut. No, it's like very teenager, like.
Do you get dressed
innocent?
Up? I'm just trying to paint the picture. Do you get dressed up for it?
No.
Okay.
It's not that serious.
You do both characters?
Yeah.
Oh, do you
and I like take time to switch between them.
Oh, wait, how much?
I wonder if people actually do this. If like other people do it, like let me know because it's crazy that I do it and like I'm like admitting it online.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
You don't sound like you do, so I feel like no one does.
I don't like, well, here's the thing. Like I'm an actor, but I don't do it in my daily life. Like people, for example, I hate it when people come up to me and they say like, oh, like you're an actor, like do this or say this or like pretend you're this. And it's like, no, I can't just turn it on. I can't just do it. You know,
I mean, it's not like, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm like, it's just like, sometimes it's just like so good that I want to like say it out loud.
That's totally fine.
I don't like play the scene and it's like.
Not that embarrassing. I mean, it depends how much you play the scene.
What do you mean?
I need details because I don't think this is embarrassing right now.
No, I just like read it out loud in the mirror and be like, make like facial expressions and that's about it.
I feel like that should be normal.
It should be normal.
No, because I was thinking like, why don't I do that? I should. I'm an actor.
But I am a very dramatic person. I'm like, I do shit like that all the time.
You keep saying that, but I don't think you're a very dramatic person. I think
you're the only person who doesn't think that. You're the only freaking person who doesn't think that.
But how are you dramatic? You're like.
You do realize I tried to jump out of a cab last summer.
Okay, that's not dramatic. Like people do that. Like.
Because I thought he was like stealing me.
I mean. You must have had a reason to. So jumping out of the cab.
Do you know this story?
No, I don't. But can you tell me?
I don't know this story. I never told you this.
I don't think
Oh my
so.
god, it's so funny.
Can I get one more beer?
Sure, go ahead.
You know how
I'm
long we've been
waiting.
going at this or not?
What?
You know how long we've been going or no?
Let's just go. Keep going.
Okay. Well, I'm not wearing pants, so I have to pause the video for a sec.
We'll pause the video. It's fine. Okay, so the WhatsApp message I'm getting is saying that I want LSD or mushrooms.
What? Wait, what?
People get drunk and send the stupidest shits to shit like they.
Who sent this to you?
You don't know him, but like who does that? Good for you. Go for it. I don't know where to get them. It never had me.
Oh my god. Oh, is this like a local thing from your uni?
Yeah, it's like a yeah. It's a huge group of like
quarantine.
it's a huge group of the department.
Think about
I
it.
don't know this person who's like
Drug dealers must be having like really good business these days. I never thought about that, but they must be, or maybe not.
That's
Or
true.
maybe they can't deliver because of social distancing.
I have no idea where like people even get drunk. I've never done that, so I don't really know.
Neither have I, but I feel like it would be a peak time for business, wouldn't it?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Well, do you know about? I mean, I should know. I'm Dutch, but like, do you know if in the Netherlands, like, do you know if coffee shops like deliver?
Are you asking me if they do or not?
I don't know. Have you heard anything? Because you're
No
closer, like
idea.
geographically now.
I don't think they would. Would they? I don't think
Well,
so.
I mean, if restaurants deliver, why can't coffee shops?
I have
You
no
could
idea.
argue that it's more essential than I don't know. Like
I think you can argue that, but you can
argue
like
a lot of things. Okay, well, you digress.
you
But
can't argue it, but you can like it's a point.
no, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
like we've had coffee shops, like actual literal coffee shops open for delivery and pickup recently.
here you can go into a coffee shop and like buy a coffee, but you can't
Oh
sit
wait.
in.
Oh, okay. So it's for takeout.
And it
Takeout.
doesn't. They don't deliver, but like coffee shops don't deliver here anyways.
I feel like it's only like a very big city thing. Yeah.
Also, I feel like in Europe, a lot of, I mean, there's very little delivery. Like, in Turkey, there's a lot of delivery.
Yeah.
So, like everything delivers in Turkey. So like we're very spoiled in that sense. So we're used to it. But here, it's not like this. It's not the same at all.
Yeah, I mean, we ordered out tonight. We ordered from Deliveroo and no, sorry, from Uber Eats. So Uber has like an Uber Eats section.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I don't know if they do in Belgium. I don't know why I so know.
Yeah, they do. They do. They have it in Belgium.
I mean, keep in mind when I lived in Holland, this was like the Middle Ages. This was like 10 years ago when technology wasn't even a thing. So
that was the Middle Ages.
Okay, but like this was like the Middle Ages of tech. So when I tell people all the shops were closed on Sundays, they're like, what? You know? And everything would close at 6 on a weekday. Like that was just like if you think about that now, that's kind of weird, isn't it? That things close on Sundays.
Well, things close here on Sundays still, but I feel like in Turkey it's like it's such a common thing to have things open all the freaking time that like you're so used to it. And I feel like probably in London as well.
Yeah, here on Sundays they close at like 8 instead of 10.
Yeah, here like a lot of things are closed on Sundays.
But in Holland, for example, like things used to close at 6 every day and they'd be closed on Sundays. Now they're open every Sunday and they close at like 8 or something. Well, whatever.
What's the difference between Holland and the Netherlands?
Same thing. Well, it's technically the Netherlands, and then 2 of the provinces of the Netherlands are North Holland and South Holland. North Holland is where Amsterdam is. So technically you could argue that I am from North Holland in the Netherlands. It's like a province, like Istanbul.
Okay, so it's like provinces.
But usually people also say Holland to refer to the whole country, and that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. It's like
that's cool.
United States of America versus like America. But wait, so I mean, coming back to everything, coming back to quarantine, just kind of to round things up. Like I would say that it's not that our guilty pleasures are so guilty or so terrible. I just feel like I have just become an extreme version of my most couch potato self. And that's
why I feel childish.
It's childish. It's
childish, yeah.
But
it's like
but still not as we were when we were children. Still an adult, like we still do adult things and we still feel like adults. I just feel like a better couch potato than I ever was in my life. And it's less about like the actual guilty pleasure.
You're thriving at being a couch potato.
Am I?
Yes.
How so?
No, I mean, I think it's just because like it's first of all, it's a very vulnerable time, and if you're like really bad at keeping a routine like I am, then it's just like it takes you to a place where you're like daydreaming a lot, and you're like left at your own resources, and you just like end up being, like a little bit more childish.
Have you been watching or doing things that you watched when you were a teenager as well, or no?
Yeah.
Except for Law and Order.
Like I don't even want to like start new things, because I feel like I don't want new things right now. Like there's already too much going on that's like new and like.
So we take refuge in the comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're just trying to be comfortable.
So I guess that's it for today.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to our next one, and we'll have another quarantine.
This was chaotic and messy, but
it's something. You gotta start somewhere, right? Isn't that what everybody says? You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, that's what people say. So we're trying to start somewhere.
We will see. Should we do a little cheers for the exit?
I was gonna say, yeah, we should like do like I messed it up too, so let's do cheers with our like messed up beers.
Okay, cheers. And
cheers, honey.
Time.